Give me your hands! Show me your hands! Put your hands behind your back! Show me your...
Welcome back to PC Police Chase Buckle Up, because what you about to see are real-life pursuits. Nothing staged, nothing scripted, just split-second decisions and consequences that can be undone. These situations escalate so fast, you'll find yourself asking, did this really happen? If you're ready for a heart-pounding ride all the way to the final second, then let us begin right now. In Fond du Lac, a reckless driver turned the highway into a high-speed nightmare by repeatedly driving into oncoming traffic, blasting through multiple intersections, and pushing the vehicle past 105 miles per hour, as captured on police cameras, while numerous law enforcement units closed in right behind. At any moment, the entire pursuit could have ended in disaster among the heavy flow of traffic. W. As the vehicle approached the intersection of Highway 41 and Pioneer Road, it blasted through a red light at terrifying speed, showing complete disregard for traffic laws and the safety of surrounding drivers. And with absolutely no intention of stopping, the suspect pushed the accelerator even harder, sending the vehicle up to 120 miles per hour and turning the entire roadway into an extremely dangerous situation. And to reduce the risk to the public, pursuing officers were forced to maintain distance and follow from behind using tactical pursuit positioning. The vehicle continued at speeds approaching 150 miles per hour before suddenly losing control near an elevated intersection ramp. The violent impact launched the car completely off the roadway, sending it flying nearly 7 meters into the air, like something out of an action movie, before crashing straight down into a field below in a massive cloud of dust and debris. The entire moment left even the pursuing officers behind in complete shock.
He's running northbound, white shirt, black pants. Outside here. Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The suspect was later identified as Dwayne Stokes. According to arrest records, Stokes faces multiple serious charges, including fleeing, eluding law enforcement, resisting or obstructing an officer, felony bail jumping, and first-degree recklessly endangering safety. After leading a high-speed chase and directly endangering innocent drivers on the roadway, Stokes could face significant prison time if convicted on all charges. And the pursuit ultimately ended not with a dramatic escape, but with a mugshot inside a jail booking file after the shocking airborne crash that stunned drivers across the Wisconsin highway.
Brianna, it's busy.
May 5, 2026, in Arkansas, 2 armed robbery suspects stole a black GMC Sierra, triggering a high-speed pursuit through both Pope County and Conway County. When Arkansas State Police attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver immediately accelerated and fled instead of complying, quickly turning the chase into a dangerous pursuit along heavily traveled highways.
South on Highway 113. Speed about 90 miles an hour. Show me your bucket! Get out of the goddamn truck right now!
While speeding down Highway 113 at nearly 100 miles per hour, the GMC repeatedly crossed into oncoming lanes, cut through narrow rural roads, and even charged across dirt paths beside open fields in an attempt to shake off pursuing officers. One passenger jumped from the truck near the Interstate 40 area, but the driver continued fleeing as multiple troopers searched for an opportunity to perform a tactical vehicle intervention (VI) on the extremely narrow roadway, with civilian vehicles, pedestrians, and even farm equipment appearing ahead.
I'll let you know.
K9 on scene! K9 on scene! K9 on scene!
After multiple dangerous direction changes and turnarounds, Arkansas State Police finally coordinated to box in the GMC before executing a TVI that forced the pickup off the roadway. Even with the truck's tires and front end heavily damaged from the final impact, the driver barricaded himself inside the cabin and refused to come out. Troopers immediately surrounded the vehicle with weapons drawn, while the suspect kept the doors locked and ignored every command. When the driver still refused to surrender, officers were forced to smash the windows and deploy a K9 from the Morrilton Police Department directly into the cabin to pull the suspect out and take him into custody.
Hands up now! Out! Good job, buddy. The boys, the boys, the boys. What was the fun of all that? Don't be a dumbass. Get up. Dog out!
The driver was later identified as Courtney Damon and was taken into custody after the pursuit caused heavy damage to multiple police vehicles, including the Arkansas State Police Unit that directly disabled the GMC Sierra. Damon now faces numerous serious felony charges, including armed robbery, felony fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, and driving on a suspended license. And the pursuit ultimately came to an end on a dirt road beside the Arkansas farmland, where a heavily damaged GMC, with its front end destroyed, was still trying to idle as a K9 was released into the cabin to forcibly drag the suspect out. On March 1, 2026, on Highway 86 North in Arkansas, an Arkansas state trooper spotted a vehicle that immediately drew attention while traveling along the highway. A Polaris 80F being operated illegally on a public roadway, but instead of stopping for a traffic check, the 80F rider immediately veered off the road and fled through open fields and residential areas along the highway. During the escape, the AFE repeatedly moved from paved roads into open fields and then back onto the main roadway in an attempt to shake the pursuing trooper. Radio traffic from the scene indicated the suspect brake checked directly in front of the patrol unit multiple times, making the pursuit more difficult and dangerous. While attempting a sharp turn off Bell Road into another field to continue fleeing, the AFE lost traction, overturned completely, and ejected the rider onto the ground.
Stop right there! Get out there!
Immediately after the rollover, the trooper drew his weapon and ordered the suspect to get on the ground and place his hands behind his back. However, The man repeatedly resisted commands and several times reached toward his waistband instead of complying. Fearing the suspect might be reaching for a weapon, the trooper was forced to deploy a taser multiple times to gain control. And while being tased, the suspect shouted that he had a knife on him before ultimately being fully handcuffed on the ground.
Stop preaching! Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back! Keep them there!
It's okay, sir. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay.
They're up there.
Yeah, they
The suspect was later taken into custody, handcuffed, and transported to the station for questioning, where he was identified as John Galesow. The off-road pursuit had stretched across multiple fields in Arkansas before ending when the ATV overturned in muddy terrain. Gales now faces multiple charges, including fleeing by vehicle, resisting arrest, and careless driving. And he initially resisted arrest but later broke down, apologized, and stated that he was just running. And on July 28, 2023, in Kentucky, the Kentucky State Police became involved in a high-speed multi-county pursuit involving a stolen vehicle and a suspect believed to be armed. As the vehicle continued fleeing at speeds approaching 90 miles per hour with damaged tires, Trooper Hayden Kilbourne quickly joined the pursuit after receiving an urgent dispatch alert. After fleeing for several miles on the highway, the suspect vehicle finally lost momentum and came to a stop on the roadside. The driver immediately jumped out and ran into a grassy, wooded area, while Kilbourne chased close behind and repeatedly broadcasting over the radio that the suspect was reaching toward his waistband. Just seconds later, body cam footage captured the trooper drawing his firearm and shouting repeated deadly force commands while closing in on the suspect on the ground.
Show me your hands! That's it! Show me your hands now! Show me your hands! Put your hands behind your back! Show me your hands! I will kill you! Put your hands behind your back now! Give me your hands!
Yeah, I think they're on foot somewhere.
337.
After the suspect was forced to the ground as multiple officers moved in, and body cam footage captured one officer striking the suspect repeatedly with a baton, while Trooper Hayden Kilbourne continued using a level of force that Kentucky State Police later determined exceeded department policy. And amid yelling and profanity at the scene, Kilbourne was also heard making repeated threats to kill the suspect on the spot, turning the entire incident into a major controversy after the body cam footage was publicly released. Following both an internal investigation and a criminal investigation, Hayden Kilbourne was charged and later pleaded guilty to second-degree assault and third-degree terroristic threatening. Kentucky State Police confirmed that the trooper had been suspended without pay before officially resigning in January 2026. KSP also publicly described the actions seen in the body cam footage as unacceptable and a violation of the core responsibilities of a law enforcement officer. In the end, the case was no longer centered on the stolen vehicle pursuit itself, but became one of the most controversial videos involving the limits of police use of force in Kentucky. At approximately 6:46 p.m. on May 6, 2026, an Arkansas State Police trooper spotted a gray Honda Civic driving erratically on Interstate 540 near mile marker 13. After observing the vehicle repeatedly swerving and checking the registration information, the trooper initiated a traffic stop near the Highway 271 exit. However, the driver responded slowly to commands and showed clear signs of impairment. As the trooper approached the vehicle, he could immediately smell a strong odor of alcohol coming from inside the car, causing the situation to quickly become tense.
You're blocking the entire lane, port to shoulder. This would be the point where you stop.
When the trooper ordered the driver to step out of the vehicle, the suspect remained barricaded inside, despite multiple commands being issued over the pay system. Moments later, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled along the shoulder of Highway 271 before turning into the parking lot of Harp's grocery store. Throughout the attempted escape, the suspect repeatedly held onto their dog and tried to make phone calls instead of complying with police commands.
Step out! Step out now! Hands up! Hands up! Yeah, you just got that serious. Step back in. Put the dog up so he don't get out. I don't give a crap. Listen to me. Stop. Come back door. Come back here. Back up. Back up! Come back over here. Do you see what's on you right now? Now! Jonathan, you're not listening. Back up. Jonathan, come here. I just got my friend and my dog. That's all. That's fine. Your friend can come get your dog. Please, your friend can come get your dog. Hey, Kevin. I said your friend can come get your dog. But let go of the phone.
After being stopped in the parking lot, the suspect continued barricading themselves inside the cabin and physically resisted as officers attempted to pull them out of the vehicle. Troopers were forced to move in and restrain the driver after the suspect repeatedly concealed their hands and refused to comply. A search of the Honda Civic uncovered marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and an opened bottle of 99 Bananas liquor inside the vehicle. Further investigation revealed that the driver was operating the car with a license that had already been suspended due to a prior DUI offense.
Huh? You know? Actually, we should just call the animal control for your dog. How about that? No, please. Well, you don't actually care. The rest of you pulled over. That's...
The driver was later identified as Jonathan Spiotto, Further results from the investigation revealed multiple violations connected to the incident. A breath alcohol test later recorded a BAC of 0.52, more than twice the legal limit. Spiata was transported to the Sebastian County Detention Center and now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, DWI, resisting arrest, open container, possession of marijuana, and driving on a suspended license. The attempted escape lasted only a few minutes, but it was enough to turn what could have been a routine DWI stop into a serious felony case behind bars.
Let's flick it again. I know you're mad. Please.
Yeah, it's all right. Pet is hurting right now because of when you resist it. That's what's hurting right now. When you
At approximately 2:42 p.m. on April 25, 2026, Trooper First Class Garrett Bird of the Arkansas State Police spotted a white Dodge Charger Scat Pack speeding on U.S. Highway 70 near Lee in Crittenden County. Radar confirmed the vehicle was traveling 77 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. But the moment the trooper turned around to initiate a traffic stop, the driver immediately accelerated and fled, turning a routine speeding violation into an extreme high-speed pursuit across Arkansas highways. The Charger quickly surged past 129 miles per hour, weaving aggressively through traffic, passing vehicles on the shoulder, and forcing dangerously close encounters with other drivers as it sped toward Highway 79 before merging onto westbound Interstate 40. To stay close enough to the suspect, Trooper Bird was forced to push his patrol unit to nearly 140 miles per hour, while the driver continued using the shoulder to blow past semi-trucks and heavy traffic.
Your hands! Let me see your fucking hands! Put your hands up! Keep them up! Keep your hands up! Keep your fucking hands up! Walk!
As the pursuit reached the area near mile marker 256 on Interstate 40, SGT Steve Roberts deployed spike strips across the roadway. The suspect attempted a last-second swerve to avoid the spikes, but still struck them, causing the tires to blow out and leaving the Scat Pack unable to continue fleeing. Troopers immediately conducted a felony stop with weapons drawn before forcing the driver to his knees and placing him in handcuffs directly on the interstate.
I thought it was a tent tag, but that makes sense. I don't think anyone else is.
I'm a higher hat, so you don't be.
Put that bag off.
I got money in my phone. Which way? Rock that way. To your right.
What you got going on? Talk to me, Sarge. You good?
The driver was identified as Carius Tynel Kern from Louisiana. During a search of the Dodge Charger, troopers discovered marijuana, rolling papers, and a backpack containing a large amount of cash inside the vehicle. Kern was booked into jail on charges including felony fleeing, reckless driving, and multiple possession-related offenses. What shocked troopers the most was not the nearly 140 miles per hour speeds, but the fact that the suspect still claimed he did know police were chasing him after the entire pursuit across multiple Arkansas highways.
Stupid ass.
At approximately 9:46 p.m. on May 6, 2026, an Arkansas State Police trooper spotted a dark-colored Suzuki GS 500 traveling on Towson Avenue in Fort Smith with insurance that could not be verified. When the trooper activated emergency lights and sirens to initiate a stop near South D Street, the motorcycle rider immediately accelerated and fled instead of complying.
It's 274 giving me 274 picking me up. Back to I'm not sure. It's a Rotten Hill rider with a red black shoes, purple pants around there.
The Suzuki then tore through downtown Fort Smith in a reckless high-speed escape, with the rider aggressively weaving through heavy traffic. Reaching speeds close to 100 miles per hour, the suspect repeatedly blasted through intersections without slowing down, forcing other drivers to swerve out of the way in split seconds to avoid collisions. As Arkansas State Police and the Barling Police Department stayed close behind, the motorcycle continuously made sudden lane changes, crossed into oncoming traffic, and squeezed dangerously close to surrounding vehicles in an attempt to break free. The pursuit quickly turned the entire Rogers Avenue corridor into a chaotic and highly dangerous scene. As the pursuit entered a parking lot on Rogers Avenue, officers attempted to box in the motorcycle to cut off any escape route. However, the Suzuki struck a concrete curb and slid directly into the driver's side door of a Barling Police Department Dodge Durango. The rider was thrown from the bike, briefly attempted to flee on foot, and then quickly realized he was completely surrounded before surrendering on the spot. The suspect was identified as Cian Beagles. Investigators determined that Beagles was operating the motorcycle with a suspended license and also had an active warrant out of Fort Smith, along with a prior attempt to flee from another officer earlier that same evening. While being handcuffed in the patrol vehicle, Beagles also made threats that he would assault troopers after being released from custody. He was transported to the Sebastian County Adult Detention Center and booked on multiple felony charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, resisting arrest, and additional threat-related offenses. A 500cc motorcycle that tried to blast through Fort Smith traffic at night ultimately came to a stop in a parking lot under the flashing red and blue lights of law enforcement. On the night of May 2 into the early hours of May 3, 2026, Arkansas deputies observed a blue Nissan 350Z speeding out of the La Herradura parking lot on Chico Road and narrowly avoiding a collision with a patrol unit on duty. When officers activated their emergency lights and attempted a traffic stop, the driver immediately accelerated and fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit across multiple counties.
Tony, if you haven't notified state, request their assistance as well as RP.
Definitely in pursuit. He's taking back off.
Primary with 23 code.
The Nissan 350Z quickly exceeded 100 miles per hour, making sharp lane changes and crossing into oncoming traffic to pass vehicles ahead. The driver then shut off all lights, effectively causing the car to disappear into the darkness as it sped through Saline and Pulaski County. Traveling at speeds over 110 miles per hour on I-40 and I-430, the vehicle repeatedly came dangerously close to head-on collisions with other motorists.
Speed 85. Are you back into Little Rock or storm site?
Central, give me the net. I'm in pursuit of it. We're going back towards Highway 5 north. TBI.
Okay.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
With assistance from Arkansas State Police, troopers eventually closed in on the Nissan on Baseline Road near the Walmart area. A forceful tactical vehicle intervention, TVY caused the 350Z to spin sideways and be pinned against the shoulder of the road. Multiple units immediately surrounded the vehicle with weapons drawn before the driver surrendered inside the cabin without any further incident or collisions.
Central, go ahead and start at 10:11. We'll be here at Baseline just before University.
The driver was identified as Marco Antonio Garcia. Investigators stated that the pursuit began after a prior car meet, where Garcia allegedly attempted to show off by driving at speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour across multiple highways in Arkansas. Following his arrest, Garcia faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, reckless driving, and running red lights and other serious traffic violations. The Nissan 350Z was ultimately brought under control on Baseline Road after a dangerous late-night pursuit.
I guess